Hey guys, it's Ep24 and welcome back to episode 24 of my Dortmund career mode. Now in today's episode we've got plenty of matches to get through. The first game is against Frankfurt in the league for us to play. We're going to get through that match, hopefully try and get ourselves a good victory there, then get on to the better and more important matches. Got a game to also sim there afterwards as well, after a little bit of an international break. But a game against Basel to play in the Champions Cup group stages. Got to try and get ourselves a victory there. Want to obviously try and get into the next round and get past the group stage if we can. After that game against Schalke as well, looking forward to that game. That will probably be the final game of today's episode, but you never know, we might have enough time to fit in the game against Bayern, although I think the likelihood is we'll leave that game in the United match for next episode. Really looking forward to those two games. That should be very good next time round, but in particular Schalke in today's episode is going to be a very big game to end things on, so looking forward to it. Hopefully going to get ourselves victories and hopefully going to try and perform much better than we managed to do last episode, where we lost 2 games in 1 episode, which is very unusual for ourselves, but there you go, got to try and bounce back if we can in today's episode. Before we get into things though, if we could try and hit 75 likes, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already as well. That'd be absolutely fantastic too. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter at GameFaceHD and on Instagram at GameFaceHD as well. Links to all that in the description below. Let's crack on with things. Let's take a look at the team we're going to put out for this game against Frankfurt. Berkey starts in goal, Toljan at right back, Socrates, Sané and Lato in defence, Dendoka, Ozzy, and Fekir in midfield with Yarmolenko, Rodrigo and Sancho as our front three. We played a few days ago against Marseille when we lost 2-1 in the Champions League, so we do have to change around the team for this game, and then we'll obviously bring in some better players for the next match, which is the game that we're simming. So we have to rotate things a little bit when it gets to a sort of more hectic fixture schedule, which is what we're in at the moment, and hopefully we can still get ourselves a victory here. Okay, there we go for this game against Frankfurt. Let's find out how we get on, try and get ourselves 3 points, try and get ourselves a few goals as well. If we can start off this game really well, that'd be great, but I've gone and ran into their defender. I was expecting him to move. Didn't quite pan out, and we don't quite manage to break through, but that was close. Could do with getting a few goals under our belts in this match, as well as keeping a clean sheet. Okay, running again at the defence, shooting and scoring, what a goal that is. That's more like it from Fekir. Opens up the scoring 15 minutes in, it's a great strike from the captain. Hits it from really far out, just gets himself a bit of space in between the defence and midfield. That's the sort of role that he usually should play, that he has struggled to get in at times in the last few episodes in particular, but this time he manages to get into it perfectly, gets past one player, opens up loads of space and just takes the shot nice and early, smashes it home, goalkeeper can't save it, winning the game 1-0. That's exactly the sort of thing he should be doing week in, week out. Hasn't quite happened for him so far, but he does have those sort of little bits of quality that I think we just need to get from him every single game, but it needs to be consistency that we've got to get from him. But that's a great strike, 1-0. Rodrigo, a chance to play through Toljan, and it's 2-0, we've doubled our lead. That's fantastic again. Great play. They're just not getting into us quickly enough. They're allowing us too much time on the ball, and we're using that time really well. 6 minutes after the first goal, we've added a second. Rodrigo just turning and then looking for that pass into Toljan. First time, smashes it home, past the goalkeeper, into the bottom left-hand corner. It's 2-0, and we've got ourselves another goal. Got to try and get more now. We want more goals, because we can't really just afford to sort of rest at 2. We want to try and push and get as many as possible. Good chance. Oh, it's the hand of Socrates, but nothing's given. No handballs on, luckily for us. That is a bizarre switch. It's going out of play. Good chance for Yarmolenko. Not seen much of him so far in this game. He's trying to find Rodrigo, who can turn, shoot and score. The goalkeeper should do better. It's quite an easy chance actually to save, but it goes underneath him in the end. Only gets a little bit on it, and it just finds his way into the back of the net. It's 3-0, and we've got Rodrigo adding a third onto the scoreline there. Fantastic from Yarmolenko, coming inside, getting onto his left foot and just looking for that pass. Just allowed way too much time to turn and shoot, and it's comfortably past the goalkeeper. 3-0, and we're really starting to extend our lead. That's exactly what we had to do. Couldn't really afford to rest on just 1 or 2 goals like we have done in some previous games, and now starting to really build a bigger lead. Half-time, winning the game 3-0. Wow, what a first-half performance from us. We managed to take all our chances that we've had, really, and been very, very clinical. Very impressive to see that happen as well. Got to try and build on it further, though, in the second half. I want to get 4 and 5 goals, hopefully, if we can try and finish on that sort of scoreline if possible. Let's wait and see how we get on. There's no real need to rest players or anything like that, because there's plenty of time before the next game. So we are able to just continue with our strongest team if we want. Fekir over to Rodrigo, chance for him to burst through the defence once again. Rodrigo looked to add a 4th goal, and it's not good enough at all. Straight at the keeper. Supposed to go a cross goal, it never really did. Yarmolenko to deliver, and Sancho's got a bit of an injury here. We might take him off as a precaution. I think that's probably the best thing to do. So first 2 changes, we're actually going to take off Fekir as well as Sancho, and we're going to bring back Schwei and Bailey. Rodrigo drop into central attacking mid, Bailey obviously on the left-hand side, and we'll go with that only 10 minutes into the second half, but we're doing it to try and add more goals to the scoreline. Little 1-2 there. Fekir running through. Chance for him to shoot and saved by the goalkeeper. It's typical just as we're about to make the change. Just seen Sancho is no longer injured, but he's going to come off anyway. 30 minutes left. And we are going to have Yarmolenko to deliver into the box. I was going to play it short, but we'll get it straight in and punch straight by the goalkeeper. Goal Lato. Look for the pullback here into Rodrigo. Takes a touch, shoots, all wide. Final change, then Docker to come off. We'll bring on Cruisant. He's going to go play centre mid alongside Aussie Cup now for the final 20 minutes. And we'll see how we get on with that. Oh, good chance. They've scored. That's really annoying. No, they haven't. Offside. Whew. Onto my clean sheet. Bailey now on the counter-attack, looking for some support. He's going to get it, hopefully, with Rodrigo. Now a chance if he can keep hold of it. Rodrigo going to hold it up for Bailey to shoot. And just about gets it past the goalkeeper again. Bundles it past him. 4-0 now. Bailey on the counter-attack gets it. And that's the substitute getting one on as well and adding to the scoreline. 4-0 now. And that is obviously game over. It was already game over before, but very happy to add another. We need to do that really in the second half just to cement the victory, make it look even better. And Rodrigo there just assisting Bailey. It's right to the keeper. Probably should do better than he does. But again, just a case of having enough power to get it behind him. 4-0, and that might well be what the final score is. We'll wait and see whether there's time for a fifth. There we go, finishes 4-0. Really happy with that. 4 goals and a clean sheet. Exactly what we set out to get at the start of the game. I've managed to achieve that. So we're happy with that. Obviously gets us 3 points as well, and deserved victory over Frankfurt in the end. It's a game that we should always win, and we have done quite comfortably as well. If you look at the stats though, they've had more shots and more shots on target, which I'm really surprised about. I genuinely wasn't expecting that. Don't really remember them having that many at all. I was expecting them to have had maybe 2 or 3, but certainly not 9 shots and then 7 on targets. That's a big surprise for us. What is a surprise is Rodrigo getting a 10 rating. Fantastic performance from him. Can't really fault him at all. I've accidentally just said that I'll do this training drill. I was meant to just sim them all, but there we go. May as well do it now. Oh, smashed it. That's unusual. I never do that very well usually. Easy, got an A grade, easy as that. Now to simulate the rest of them, let's see how we get on with the rest of these drills this week. And we have a little bit of growth, not too bad, but nothing massive. Okay, to this next league game now. This is the game we're going to sim, and this is the team going to go with Berkey, Toljan, Socrates, Akanji, Lato, Dendoka, Santon, Dahoud, Yarmolenko, Zlatan, and Sancho starting. So some changes, obviously, with another game against Basel. It's more important in 4 days' time. Hopefully still going to get ourselves a victory. Certainly on paper, our team's better, there's no doubt about that, but it doesn't always happen like that, unfortunately, when you sim games. So we'll wait and see. Trying to drop any points, but it looks like we might do as we enter the second half. Still 0-0. Looking to get a goal, and Ward puts them in front. That's not good at all. 25 minutes left. We've got to get a goal here, surely. There we go. Yarmolenko equalises, and it's probably going to be a draw. 5 minutes to go, and it is a draw. 1-1. Disappointing. 2 points dropped. Luckily, we were 7 points in front of second place, so that gap's probably just been narrowed slightly, but still very disappointing to drop points there against that team. They're rubbish. Some play drills this week see Sancho go up to 78 overall, and Zachary go up to 76. That's great news. Obviously, 2 players going up this week. Hopefully that can continue. Okay, there's 2 games left in the Champions League group stages. At the moment, we're in 3rd place. We've got to pull something out of the back here. We've got to get 2 wins to be able to finish, hopefully top still, but that's maybe a bit of a stretch. If we can win here and hope for a point maybe in the United-Marseille game, then we might have a chance of still finishing top. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. We have to win both our games, really, to have any chance of even qualifying. So we'll wait and see what happens. Let's just beat Basel. Easier said than done. We're not in great form in Europe at the moment. Okay, so maybe not the time to be experimenting with things, but I'm going to make one slight tweak to this team, and then we're pretty much going to go for a standard sort of start 11. There's maybe 2 tweaks, I suppose, but Berkey starts in goal. We've got obviously Alvaro at right back, Divin and Sané at centre back with Guerrero as our left back. Fekir starting as a whole midfield alongside Weigl. We're going to give it a go, see what happens, because we're going to put Royce at centre attacking mid with Yarmolenko on the right, Batshuayi and Bailey also up as our top 3 as well. So Yarmolenko on the right hand side, just because he played pretty well in the last game that we played, so he's going to start there. Royce just behind the striker with Fekir a little bit further back. We'll see how it works. We can always swap things around. Also want to try and get Rodrigo into the team as well, but there's so many players that are doing better for us and that deserve to be in the starting 11 that it's tough. He nearly got in at left winger, but Bailey just about got in over him, and so Rodrigo can come on if we need him. But let's just focus on the team that we've got out. Hopefully Fekir can put in a good shift as centre defensive midfielder. but I think the main reason why he's there is actually going to be to try and score goals, which seems a bit strange, but we'll see what happens. A big game for us. If we don't win, then we make it very difficult for ourselves to qualify. Also, it depends what happens in the other game between Marseille and United as well, but we have to really win this game, and we should win it comfortably. Again, based on the teams that have been put out, we should win very comfortably, but it doesn't always happen like that, and we've got to make sure that we put in a good performance like the last game. Good ball into the back post. Oh, thought he'd scored, and that has to be smashed away by Guerrero. Didn't even control him there, Guerrero. He just kicked it out by himself. But I thought it was going to be scored by Basel. It would have been a really bad start for us, just 7 minutes in. A corner to defend here. That's not the way we want to begin this game. Let's try and get this out if we can. And Sané will. Yarmolenko running forward. Chance him to try and get a cross into the box if he can. Good ball into Batshuayi. Oh, he scored! It's corrected at the front post. Batshuayi gets a good connection on it. It's 1-0 inside 10 minutes, and we've opened the scoring. Really good stuff there. Yarmolenko down the right-hand side crosses it in on his right foot, and just manages to get enough on it as Batshuayi to direct it past the keeper, who can't save at his front post, and it's 1-0, 10 minutes in. What a start to the game that is, considering it looks like we were going to concede just a moment ago. We've managed to respond with a goal ourselves. Batshuayi into Royce. Royce takes a touch to shoot. Oh, saved by the goalkeeper. Onto the second there. We still might get it as well, but held on this time. Good pass. Great chance. Is he onside? Hits the post. Followed it up and scored, actually, so that was a close chance, but luckily for us, it was offside. We just managed to hold the line nicely there, did Sané, and we let him run off. Bailey now trying to run at the defence, needs Royce in support. He's got Batshuayi as well. Might have to hit the back post if he can here. Yarmolenko hits it straight to the keeper, follows up and saved again. I was expecting him to go for a diving header, put a bit more behind it than he did with the initial shot. So it's quite comfortably saved in the end by the goalkeeper. Should have doubled our lead before the break, and it doesn't seem like we will now. Half-time 1-0, disappointed not to get a second, but glad to be in front. Was going to maybe look at changing the formation to just sort of one holder midfielder and then Fekir and Royce as 2 centre mids. That obviously puts Royce out of position a bit more then. But I think we'll keep it the same for now. I'm pretty happy with how it's going there. Bailey switching to Yarmolenko. A chance for him to run at the defence here. Yarmolenko's got a bit of pace. Now he needs some more support. He's going to get it there from Bailey. What a run that is. Can he get a second goal? Yes, he can. It's 2-0. A couple of minutes into the second half, we've doubled the lead, and it's Leon Bailey running through. What a pass that was as well. That just cuts through the defence nicely, uses his pace to get there on the end of it, and finishes it off. Perfect, and it's now 2-0. That should be us just getting ourselves a little bit further in front of Basel now. We need a third, I think, really, to kill off the game 100%, but certainly gives us a bit more breathing room. Yarmolenko turning, still looking for Royce. Royce makes a way through and saved. Not good enough strike from Royce there. Batshuayi turning, shooting. Oh, wide. Had to be on target. All 3 changes now in 20 minutes to go. Rodrigo, Zlatan and Sancho all going to come on. We'll take off Royce, Batshuayi and Bailey, and we'll go with that. Hopefully going to get ourselves a third goal, but it's not looking too likely. Our finish hasn't been great in the last couple of minutes. We haven't quite been as clinical as we were in the last match either, so if we were, then we probably would be 4-0 up, I'd say, at this point. Rodrigo over to Zlatan. Good chance. It's completely opened up. Can it be a third? Oh, wait. Is that wide? Oh, my God. How has he missed that? 1-1 with the keeper and just had to score. That's all, but unfortunately doesn't happen. Pretty much sort of sums up our finishing in this game. That's it, though. It finishes 2-0. Got ourselves 3 points, which is very important. Obviously, the recent form in Europe hasn't been fantastic, but here we do get ourselves a very important victory. We'll wait to see what happens in the Marseille Man United game. Hopefully it's a draw. But yeah, let's have a look now. And oh, United lost 2-1. So Marseille, I think, go top, I'm pretty sure, by 2 points, if I remember the table correctly. Okay, this is the group table, and the same amount of points as United now, and we are 2 points behind Marseille, who are top, which is a bit surprising, isn't it, really? Who do we have to play then to finish off? Do we have United, I think? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we do, which means that it's no longer in our hands as to whether we finish top or not. It's in our hands as to whether we go through into the next round, but not if we, not if we finishing top. So we'll have to hope that Basel get a win in that game, but that's unlikely, to be honest. So we'll wait and see what happens. That'll be next episode anyway. To finish off today's episode, we've got a game against Schalke. Okay, so the final game of today's episode against Schalke. Obviously a massive match against Schalke here. I think they are about 5th in the league, 4th or 5th, something like that. So still obviously in a good position in the league as well. This is the team we're going to go with. Berkey starts in goal, Toljan, Akanji, Zagadou and Lato in defence. Then Docker, Burnick and Sanson in midfield with Sancho, Rodrigo and Bailey as our front 3. So obviously a change team, which is not great if I have to put that sort of team out. But I've decided to put Burnick in there. Don't know why he's captaining the team. That's a bit bizarre. want to change that. I think we'll have to give it to Berkey. There's no one else I can really give it to there. Bernick's coming in because I'm not really impressed with any of our other centre mids that we've got in the squad. So he comes in, we're going to give him a go, see how he gets on in that position. Hopefully does a good job for us. If he does, then he might well play a bit more. But it's only really Weigl that I like in that midfield position. He's just a little bit too tired to play this match. But he will be playing in the next one. Dendok alongside him, of course, as well. Let's crack on. Let's see if we can get ourselves a victory to end today's episode on. And then obviously we can get ourselves a 3rd win from 3. Okay, then here we go for this game against Schalke. Let's find out how we get on. Try and get ourselves a win. And hopefully try and extend our lead at the top of the table as well. Being passed the ball early on yet again. Let's try and use it a little bit better this time. Bailey's going to come inside onto his left foot. Try and get a shot away. Oh, it's scored. It's wide. It's a good start. Good chance for Schalke here if we don't defend it properly. And I thought Akanji give away a penalty there, but luckily he hasn't. Rodrigo turning, shooting. Oh, it's wide. Sanson into Rodrigo. Rodrigo turning, looking for Sanson to shoot. Oh, it's over. Sanson into Rodrigo. He's turning, shooting. Oh, off the bar this time. And cleared away by the defence. That's it for the first half as well. Still remains 0-0. Gutted that we can't get ourselves in front at the moment. Just so close, really good chance for Rodrigo at the end. Probably our best chance of the game so far as well, but yet to get an opening goal for either team. Hopefully that can change in the second half. Let's wait and see. No changes at half time. As you can see, 7 shots, only 1 on target. Clearly that is the issue. Chance here for Schalke. No, it's a goal. They've scored. About 30 minutes left of the game, they've taken the lead, and that's very frustrating. It's not great defending from us here. As you can see, we've actually ended up passing the ball, sort of firing a deflection off the eventual goal scorer, out wide to their winger. He puts it back across, and it slots home past the goalkeeper, who can't quite get down to his right-hand side. Losing the game 1-0, that's not good. 30 minutes left to try and change it. Okay, so all 3 changes now. We're going to bring on Zlatan, Batshuayi and Royce. So bringing on 3 big names. Obviously taking off Dendok, Lato and Sancho. Change formation as well to a 3-2-2-3 kind of formation. So a little bit bizarre. But we'll go with that anyway. Rodrigo and Batshuayi are going to play centre attacking mids. And we'll see how that goes. Yeah, kind of gone all out here. Bernick's going to stay on and try and balance things out slightly. But let's see how we get on. About 25 minutes left. Rodrigo, ball through to Batshuayi, that has to be the equalising goal, and it's a really, really easy save. Not good enough strike there for Batshuayi, it's all out for a corner. About 20 minutes to go, Sanson now to deliver. Can we pick anybody out? Royce is in there, and there's a header away from our own player. Rodrigo hits on the volley, and it's over. Good chance here for Fabinho, it's 2-0. That's come out of nowhere. Double the lead, that's it, game over. We've lost the match, unfortunately, now to Schalke with 10 minutes to go. Fabinho hits it really well on the volley, it just pops up for him nicely there, and it's the extra man that they've thrown forward that's caused us issues. We've only got 3 at the back, so it's always going to be tough to cope with an extra man on top of their usual attackers, and that's a second goal for him. 2-0. Unfortunately, it seems like we're going to drop all 3 points here, which is a bit surprising, but there we go. We haven't taken our chances. Again, happened last episode, and it's happened for just this match this episode. Good chance again for Schalke. That would be really harsh on us. A 3-0 scoreline would really flatter them, because we've had loads of chances. You saw the shots at half-time. We had 7-1 on target, and they had 1 or 2 shots, 1 on target. So you saw at half-time the state that the stats are in, but we've not really managed to push on and get any more on target and score any goals, which is really disappointing. There we go, finishes 2-0. Annoyed about that, because we've dropped 3 points without needing to really. This is a game that we should have got at least a draw, if not a victory from. So yeah, we've lost a game which we didn't need to. That's our first loss actually in the league this season. You see 11 shots, only 1 on target. Massive issue for us, not good enough. And yeah, they had 3 shots on target and scored 2 of them. Just more clinical than us. Yeah, very disappointing. Also the change to bring on more attackers kind of backfired, but that usually happens and was something that we had to do, I think. So now Bayern are 5 points behind us. They've crept up from somewhere. They were about 10th before. Probably at the start of today's episode they were 10th as well. So they've really shot up the league table. And as you can see, Borussia Mönchengladbach could actually get a little bit closer than Bayern are. If they get themselves a victory, they'll be 3 points behind us. So we'll wait and see what happens with their game in hand. But that is everything for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If we could try and hit 75 likes, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already as well, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.